Cześć, siema.
Hi, today I will show you a Russian camera Kiev 60. Photos I taken with it and I will talk a little about it. So, let's go! Kiev 60 is a medium format SLR camera produced at the Arsenal factory in Kiev in 1994-1999. The camera is considered a copy of the Pentagon 6 and is partly true, but it should be noted that it has been redesigned and has a simpler, more Spartan silhouette resembling 45mm SLR cameras, only in a larger size. It is a newer design than the Pentagon 6 and has its lens mounting system. The camera is not generally liked for its appearance, which may be associated with a tank, a simple metal heavy object. Without a mounted lens, it weighs about 1.5 kg, so it is not a light machine. The lenses are attached via Pentagon 6 bayonet, which gives us access to many lenses: wide, telephoto and portrait. The mounting is characterized by a small pin and a screw-on ring. When it comes to viewfinders, there are usually two options included with your camera: a waist-level viewfinder and a TTL prism. Both possibilities suit me and I like them. When using a prism, I can immediately measure light. When using a waist-level viewfinder, I use a separate light meter. Both the prism and the waist-level viewfinder are mounted on the same mounting system. Focusing both in the waist-level viewfinder and in the prism is very convenient. There is a retractable magnifying glass in the waist-level viewfinder that make it easier to focus. In a prism there is no problem. The focusing screen is clear and bright. It is a bit brighter than, for example, the Polish camera Start 66S. Film loading is standard as in 35mm SLR cameras. The film is wound with a lever and apparently it should be moved back after winding instead of letting go. Apparently this prevents problems with stacking frames. The shutter button is located on the front right side, not at the top, which is a good idea in my opinion. The finger naturally lands in this place, and in the case of such a large SLR camera, it is a more convenient solution compared to if the trigger were at the top. Interestingly, in the predecessor Model 6C, the trigger was on the left side. The sound of the shutter is amazing, loud and distinctive when the large mirror snaps shut with a whoosh. But fortunately, the vibrations do not affect the taking of photos because the weight of the camera cancels them out. The camera is a lot of fun to photograph. You feel like you are taking photos. The camera is heavy, the mirror clatter is loud, and the film advances appropriately slow. I recommend using a belt because it will make moving and walking easier. I find it quite natural to bring the camera up to my eye, focus and shoot with this camera. In most cases, I set the aperture and shutter speed once and don't measure again until conditions change. Now it's time for pros and cons. Cons: heavy, ugly, loud. Pros: heavy, ugly, loud. Yes, I like that it's heavy, ugly and loud. I like this camera. Okay, but a real pros is a large selection of lenses at good prices and a good price of the camera. If you decide to buy, look for a copy that has been serviced or is a full functional. In my opinion, the Kiev 60 is a very cool camera. It has its advantages and disadvantages like every camera. It has a simple, even vulgar charm, but it works. There is a large selection of cool lenses. So I recommend this camera. Thank you for watching. If you are interested, please consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up. Bye!